Men aren't working. Why aren't men working? Today on Here's the Scoop. So today's article comes from CNBC and it says more men in their prime working years are neither working nor looking for jobs. And here's why. So this is a really interesting story. There's actually a video of it on CNBC. It's quite long. I was going to do a video version, but I was like, it was going for too long, like 40 minutes. I know you guys don't want to watch a 40-minute video. So I said, okay, I'm just going to do the article. And that's what we're doing today. So let's get into it. Hey there. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications. Now, let's get back to the scoop. So the key points. A growing number of men in their prime working years, ages 25 to 54, are dropping out of the workforce. Okay, about 10.5% of that group, or roughly 6.8 million men nationwide, were neither working nor looking for employment in August 2024, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Education is an important predictor of men's odds of being out of the labor force. So the article says men have been steadily dropping out of the workforce, especially men ages 25 to 54, who are considered to be in their prime working years. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the unemployment rate for prime age working men was 3.4% in August 2024. This number primarily includes those who are unemployed and looking for a job. But about 10.5% of the men in their prime working years, or roughly 6.8 million men nationwide, are neither working nor looking for employment, compared with just 2.5% in 1954. So, to be fair, guys, can you really compare 2024 to 1954? I don't think so, but I don't know. You let me know in the comments. Quote, the long-term decline in labor force participation by so-called prime age men is a tremendous worry for our society, our economy, and probably our political system, said Nicholas Eberstadt, a political economist at the American Enterprise Institute. Education is an important predictor of prime age men's odds of being out of the labor force. Quote, the big impacts are on the non-college educated groups on their ability to enter and stay in the labor market, said Jeff Stroll, a director of the Center on Education and the Workforce at Georgetown University. A study by the Pew Research Center found that men who are not college educated leave the workforce at higher rates than men who are, but that's because they're not working a corporate job, they're working a blue collar job that they might leave because they need to go make more money at another company, or they're working for themselves, or they end up leaving to go work for themselves. So yeah, there's a rhyme to that reason. At the same time, fewer younger men have been enrolling in college over the past decade. But why would they be enrolled in college if a lot of the jobs are not really accepting men like they used to? Why would they be enrolling in college if they don't see or feel like they're a part of the 2024 college society? I'm going to get into that, guys. Yeah, we're going to go there today. Quote, they used to graduate with a high school education and have good stable jobs, according to Carol Graham, senior fellow of economic studies at the Brookings Institution. Quote, since then, due to technology driven growth and a little bit due to Chinese competition. Did she just say a little bit due to Chinese competition? A little bit? I think it's a lot of it, but you guys let me know in the comments. Is it a little bit of Chinese competition that we're facing in America, or is it a lot of it? Is it a little bit of factories that close in America, or is it a lot of bit of factories that close in America? You guys let me know in the comments, okay? So she says, again, I'll just repeat, since then, due to technology driven growth and a little bit due to Chinese competition, you've had a lot of manufacturing firms in the places where they were located that were once horse towns become ghost lands. All right, so that's the end of the article. Yeah, we're going to go there today. So let's start with the first thing. We're living in a modern society that's very much female oriented. And ladies, don't get mad at me, but I've got to be honest here. We're living in a modern society in 2024 that's very much female oriented. Our society is not welcoming anymore to the masculine, alpha, blue collar man. There's a lot of guys that are dropping out because they don't see a place in this new world. They're trying to figure out where do they fit in to this new pro woman down the man world, because there's not really much balance that we're having right now. And let's be honest, it's just not. We don't really see a lot of balance now. There's a lot of mental health problems with men. It's not getting addressed. It's not getting addressed. Then there's a lot of stigmas around blue collar jobs. There didn't used to be stigmas around blue collar jobs. Going to a factory, having a factory job was a good job, and you would make good money. You were probably getting paid more than you should have, especially for the 70s. You should be making $35 an hour in a factory now, or maybe 40, but you were making that back then in the 70s. Now you're making $20 an hour in a factory. Unless you've been there for 10 plus years, then you might actually be making 30, but there's very few factories that are paying Americans that price anymore. But even if you are making that money, most women today, and let's be honest, ladies, how many women are looking at factory jobs and men that have factory jobs and saying, I want to marry him, I want to be with him? A lot of women are not doing that. A lot of women are not open to that. They're very judgmental. They want fast money, quick money, shiny money. They don't really want a guy who works with his hands, a real alpha male who is HVAC, plumber, electrician. But those are also six-figure jobs. So I think a lot of guys, there's a lot of opportunity out there, especially for really good paying blue collar labor jobs where they can be their own boss, like HVAC, like electric, like plumbing. These are jobs that you need for life. Like we all need these people, right? And if these American men are not going to do it, then the newcomers will come do it, right? Like so, I think that there's opportunities that some of these men are taking advantage of, others are missing out on, maybe because they don't like they don't want to get their hands dirty. But again, someone else will do that job and they may or may not be a citizen. Also, trucking. A lot of guys I know guys that are getting into trucking, that are trucking. That's also a lucrative business. I There's a shutdown, happening or looming that's going to affect a lot of things right now. But you know, I just think that some of this is valid, some of this is not. Going to college does not guarantee you getting a good job, a good paying white collar job. And it never has. It's like a lie they sold to us as Americans. Hey, go to college and you can get this job. And that's just not what it is for men or women, but especially for men. Certain men, they don't want to be in a suit, but they also don't want to be in a factory. So they have to figure out, what do they want to do? Do they want to YouTube? Do they want to invest? Do they want to start a business? Do they want to, be a chef? I don't know. But there's other middle ground areas that they could do, but they have to figure that out. But this is something that America should be very worried about, because these are our citizens. These men matter. And we need to be doing something about this as a country, and our government needs to be doing something about this. We can't have men that are hopeless, feeling like there's no opportunity for them, or they don't have women and there's no opportunity, there's no jobs, there's no nothing. And what happens to those men? They become mad, resentful, angry, lonely, psychopathic. Let's just be honest. So I think that we need to start paying more attention to these guys, because they matter and they have a place in this society. We wouldn't have working in this society the way that it does without men. The storm just happened in Florida and Georgia, and we needed men to go out there and get the electricity back on. Men build the streets, they do everything. So we need our guys to be out here to feel like they have purpose. And so, what say you guys? Let me know in the comments. How do you feel about this CNBC article? I know that they did not talk to any of these men between this age bracket, 25 to 54. They did not talk to any men in this age bracket. And I think that's where CNBC fell short with this article. And even in the video, I watched it earlier, and I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can watch this video here that you see on the screen. But they didn't talk to anyone who was between this age group. That would have been very helpful. They need to start talking to us in this country, right? There needs to be a dialogue, but they have to care to do that. Right? They have to care to do that. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about this story. Do you think any of the points that were made in the article are valid? If not, why don't you think they're valid? What are you seeing with the men in your life? Or if you're a man, are you working or are you on SSDI? Do you feel motivated? What do you feel like are the problems in your life that may be hindering you? Let us know in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.